Style is the answer.
Who runs the world?
Are you trying to get me to talk about, like, anti-Semitic shit?
That's huge. That's a really huge concept. Who runs the world? All right, I can't be concerned with that.
The earth, they say, is Lucifer.
Girls.
Girls. I think they're white people, yeah.
Me.
Girls.
Girls.
Girls?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Recently, I watched Barbie. Beyonce said it.
Women can get men to do
You
anything.
wouldn't be here without a girl, aka your mother, bless her heart.
Did your mom and your sister encourage you to say that?
No, I thought of it myself.
Why do you think that it sounds...
End up on some weird-ass TikTok? What are you trying to do here? Like,
I'm just getting public opinion.
okay, but I don't really trust you, and this kind of feels like a bullshit thing, so go fuck yourself.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
No.
Why?
I just kind of don't think that's the way the universe actually works.
I don't know. I just honestly don't really have much time to think about
I
it.
don't really know. I'm like in the middle. Like I'm not saying God is not real, but I'm not saying He is real.
I think there is a great big cosmic other, but I don't think he's watching. I don't think it's watching over us.
What is God?
God is love.
A being who we can trust and we can look for guidance, and He's a creator. He created everything.
I am God.
What does that mean?
I'm a generator operator and I'm a destructor.
I don't know. I'm just conflicted, I guess. I know there's something up there, but I'm not sure what yet.
I just don't believe in God, and that's all.
So how do you know right from wrong?
Do you really need that though?
I think most people do. How do you decide what to do every day if you don't believe in anything?
It's kind of spontaneous. I just kind of like go off the vibes, what I'm feeling, and what I think I need.
Working towards my goals and also what feels right to me based on like how I grew up and general like societal norms.
I think my parents raised me in a way that, and I think that, they raised me in a right way,
Your parents are Christian.
Hmm?
Are your parents Christian?
Yeah.
So why aren't you?
Like,
What about like somebody who's a pedophile? What if it feels right to them to touch kids? Should they be able to do that?
That was a good example. Definitely not, no, but I feel like if you're a pedophile, you probably have there's probably another issue going on. Like, I don't know.
If they operate based on your system of morality, then they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, no, you got me there. It works for me. I'm not saying it works for everyone or that's objectively the right system of morality, but I don't really have an answer to that. Like, good point.
What race of people has the most power?
I'd say white.
white.
Chinese people also have a lot of power, but also white people.
White people.
White people.
White.
Are you part of them?
I don't know. I grew up with a Japanese mother, and so, it's kind of rough seeing, 2016 was a hard time with Trump getting elected and everything like that. I saw my mother cry, so that was rough.
Why'd your mom cry?
She felt unsafe.
Started off on the wrong foot with slavery. Like that's not really that wasn't really a good head start.
It just happened because they have to be the most wealthiest in America and with America's history and stuff.
My theory is that white people love to be in power. They're used to it. They've always been given the power, so it just flows naturally.
It just happens to be white people through history, and they've always been like that through history too.
It depends on what they see an opportunity for, and that's how they use their power. So if they see an opportunity to look good, for example, like Black Lives Matter, if there's an opportunity for them to invest in it, and again, there are some white people who actually generally care about social impact and stuff like that. There are white people who just want to have their name out there being connected to a specific event just to make them look good or to just bring in other revenue from organizations that they necessarily wouldn't get that view from if they didn't. And
so it's always for an ulterior motive. Nothing they do is actually genuine. It's all for personal gain. Does that make them evil?
It makes them vultures. Now, if that's evil, it's evil. If it's, there's good and evil to everything.
White people are vultures.
I believe all races have their own power. You understand? It's not who got better power of anything, because everybody has their own different nationalities, and every different nationalities have different powers of their own ways.
Are you Dominican?
No, I'm not.
Puerto Rican?
Yes.
What power do Puerto Ricans have?
The food.
You cook?
Yes, I do.
What can you make?
Oh, I can make everything.
Can you cook for me?
Maybe.
What are you doing later?
I'm going home.
I'm coming with you.
Really?
You know that there's more. Maybe I shouldn't. But whites actually aren't the majority billionaires in this country.
Yeah.
You're not. Not.
What's the majority?
A different race, but it's fine. How do you define evil? Who's an evil person?
The only person, well, I don't believe in it, but when I think of evil, it's hard not to think of the devil.
Do you think the most powerful people believe in God?
I don't think so. I think like they like the control, the power, who makes them have control.
Good or bad, no one really seems to care about the individual. They want to go along with what's popular, even if it's not right. It's popular, so people tend to gravitate toward what sells the most.
It comes down to Satan runs the world. That's what God says, you know?
We know what evil looks like.
So what does that look like?
Aborting children, I think, is evil. I think abortion is evil because a child did not ask to be here. My mother could have killed me and my twin sisters if she wanted to abort me. I would have thought she would have been a shitty person if she did that. She would have been very evil, and that's disrespectful to my father. That's evil to me.
Who do you think is the most evil person of all time?
Wow, that's a great question.
I don't know. I wouldn't say necessarily a person. I'd say like the world would be is a evil place, a cruel place to live at.
And I guess an evil person could be defined as someone like Hitler.
First one to come to mind.
Hitler.
Why?
Just what he did was insanity and just evil.
I would like massacring like Jews for like the simple fact that they're Jewish, you know? I think that I would define that as an evil person.
Is he the most evil person of all time?
No, evil people always exist out there. You have people like Christopher Columbus, slavery, you know? It's hard to measure who's more evil than the other when evilness comes in all varieties.
Nick fucking Fuentes throwing the Nazi salute all over the Fresh and Fit podcast is absolute fucking garbage. Anything that's come out of the mouth of any of those fucktards on the Fresh and Fit podcast is garbage. And it's just as detrimental to men as it is to women. And to sit there and not push back on any of it or not argue against at least Destiny, someone who I am starting to disagree with very often, I have to at least accept the fact that he at least gave those asshats pushback. Because the shit that they say and do is detrimental to anybody. And the fact that the way that they play it, to bring a bunch of people in, trick them into saying you want to have sex with them, but then no, instead, I would rather you just talk on my podcast for a much less amount of money when you say you don't want to have sex with me, then get you drunk, then berate you while I sit in front of a laptop and have all the information while you don't have any information and throw piss poor ass statistics at you on a regular basis and let you not be able to defend yourself. That's really what the Fresh and Fit podcast does while being a detriment to men of all races and creeds.
You're cooking, but what have I said that's wrong?
There's a lot. And see, this is one.
Can you name something?
Okay.
I don't have a laptop in front of me. I'm not going to throw any statistics. Just a general question.
The last time you were on the Fresh and Fit podcast, did the fact of divorce rates come up?
No.
Family court?
No, I didn't talk about that.
Okay. This is the problem that we face. See, right now I'm on the spot to have to Google one exact direct.
You came in heated with all these facts. If you can't think of one thing I said that you disagree with, then.
Here's the thing. I hear so much of the stuff that you say over the time, Sneako.
So one thing you could think of. See, now you're bringing out the laptop like you were criticizing Fresh and Fit for.
Who do you think is the most evil person of all time?
I think the person who financed Jeffrey Epstein, and that's Les Wexner, the CEO of Victoria's Secret.
That's a good one.
But I don't even think that we're going to know the people who do the most amount of rituals. I think these people that go on islands and do rituals with children and sacrifices to demon gods, these ancient pagan gods, I think those are the most evil people. And whoever controls it and facilitates those parties, I would have to say. But I think we're not even going to know who those people really are. But Les Wexner is the one who financed Epstein.
Some name, because celebrities come out and they do name names, but then they get silenced, and then those people disappear essentially, or we just don't believe them. So
They drown in a pool.
Mm-hmm.
So you're mad that I don't push back, or are you mad at something I said?
I'm mad that you co-sign on it, Booby. The LGBT community still has problems, Booby, just like the black community still has problems and all the other ones. And the issue that we have is that when we start trying to whitewash some of the shit that we see and just put it into this small box, we don't talk about the context, like saying slaves were happy under slavery because it gave them skills, is altering that context.
I never said that.
You didn't say that. I'm not saying you did. I didn't say you did, but I'm giving you an example of something that's said that someone takes the context out of the meat out of the matter just to talk about the instance. Okay, I say I'll be the first person to tell you this. Women are women. Okay, I don't like saying trans women are women because I think it's uncomfortable because trans women want to they hold out the social performance and all the necessary aspects of being a woman. The feminine criteria, the feminine condition, and the feminine ideal. That's what it is. And for that matter, how we understand how gender and sex works in the duality, then they are women. But
We had a trans woman in this chair like 3 people ago. Pretty manly guy.
And you know what? This comes with a transition with that. But there's also pretty manly women. And here's the problem I have with that. So many of the issues that we had before the 2020s, when we talk about trans women being women, we're having black women have to face problems of being thought to be too manly. Women like Venus and Serena Williams, 2 black women that have faced nothing but issues in the sports world because every time they started winning, people started calling them men. Oh, they're too manly. Oh, they have too high testosterone count. Oh, their genetics is different than other women. They can't play. And for that reason, for whatever random reason, someone to say some random genetic trait, some 0.1% bullshit, and they do this to black women all the time. Why is it Michelle Obama is Michael Obama on every fucking Telegram page? Why? Because these motherfuckers are one-trick ponies who have one joke repeated all the time. Everyone they don't like is gay or a groomer. And why is it that for whatever reason, it always seems to be these motherfuckers are the fucking kids? It's never a drag queen that's fucking kids. It's always a pastor, a cop, a youth pastor, a priest, or just a fucking Republican fucking political figure.
Do you believe in God? You believe in God?
I'm his son, movie.
All right. How do you find your morality without believing in God?
Oh, that's just a decent. That's just sort of an animal thing.
You know, everyone's born with good and bad, and I don't think that's something that we could just put exclusively in religion. I just think it's nature. You know, something biological within us. You know,
having a moral philosophy is simply just doing the right thing. There's really no. Do you
know what the right thing is?
Oh well, people will tell you.
Like you said, people can be evil.
Be evil, but as a group, not generally. Some person has to fuck that up, right? It only takes one or two people to fuck up a really good thing, all right?
We all come down as souls. We're put into human bodies, and then we're here to learn and we're here to love. Now, a lot of those souls get lost along the way, and they forget why we're here. They think the more money you have, the more power you have, that you'll be more successful, and maybe you will. But if you shit on people to get there, is that success? If you wake up and you have a loving family and you can feed your kids and you live a life of love and respect, that's success.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 through 10?
I don't rate myself because that'd be objective for me.
10.
0.
Why?
If you put me next to a 1, I make it 10. Put me next to a 9, I make it 90.
Do you think that other people around here would agree?
I don't care about other people. I'll make everything that happened to me happen, so it's up to me.
You guys look like you came from the 70s, like you took a time machine from a hippie cult. You look like you just stabbed some Hollywood celebrities in their house and then you came here to do LSD in the park.
Low-key, like the vibe.
Thank you, man. I'll take that. I like that compliment. Yeah, thank you, man.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 through 10? I'll start with you.
Oh my God, I hate this question. I give it like a 6, definitely. I feel like I'm a strong 6.
What do you rate her on a scale of 1 through 10?
10 out of 10.
Probably say around a 7. You know, I mean, pretty strong.
What would you rate that person on a scale of 1 through 10?
Jesus, we not even registering on the radar, dog. Yeah, holy shit.
Get a shot of that.
What the hell was that?
Because the physical attributes, I'd be like, I'm a 10. That's just because I have a huge ego and whatever. I think you should love yourself enough to always think you're a 10.
Is your ego justified?
Yeah.
Do you think other people would agree?
I think so, and if they don't, I really don't care. An 8? I don't know.
Maybe like a 5, right down the middle, average.
5. For me, I'd probably say like a 6.
In God's eyes, 10. In my eyes, 10. I'm God's child, you know?
Do you think other people here would agree?
Hey, they don't got to. I'm chilling.
Like a 6, maybe, yeah.
Do you think that other people would agree?
I think so.
Do you care what they think?
Not at all.
I got my family, my girl, you know, friends, real friends, and that's all that matters to me. I don't really care what people think.
I give myself an 8.
Why not 10?
Because I can't give myself a 10 because I don't feel like I'm really up there. But at least I gave myself an 8. It's not too far from down from a 7 to a 6. So if you give yourself an 8, you're close to a 10.
think that other people would agree that you're an 8?
I don't know, maybe. I really don't care what people think. I really care what I think.
That's what really matters.
Yes.
What do you rate me 1 to 10?
It's not for me to answer. But what do you think the average person around here, how do you think they rate you?
I don't know. Should we ask them?
Want to?
Yeah.
What do you rate this beautiful girl on a scale of 1 through 10?
Maybe like 7, solid 7.
Simp.
Yeah.
Why not 10?
Why not? I don't really know you that well, you know? I feel like I would rate girls a 10 if I know you, you know what I mean? And you seem cool, and you seem like you got your life together. I'll go out with you, you know.
Is that a simp answer or is that truth?
I think it's a truthful answer. I don't think I've ever gotten that low of a score before, so I'm like, oh shit, what do I look like right now?
I'm trying to be honest, you know.
No, it doesn't bother me.
Are you single?
I am. Recently.
I'm also single. I'm Michael, by the way.
I'm Kelsey.
Kelsey, nice to meet you,
Nice
Kelsey.
to meet you too.
You want to take over?
Sure, man. I'll sit down.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.